Happy Saturday, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. What a beautiful Saturday afternoon here in North Texas. And I just have a question for you guys. Have you ever read a book that truly has changed or impacted your life in such a way that you just can't forget about it, or you're wanting to share it with your girlfriends, with those that you feel it can help as well? Well, that's what I'm going to talk about today. And I'm just telling you, my name is Jennifer Bell. And as you are hopping on, I would love for you all to give me a wave so that I can go back and say hello to you. And I do want to say a huge thank you for those that were listening yesterday when I had my little moment. And I appreciate all the suggestions and the advice and just the encouragement, because I was feeling a certain kind of way yesterday. But today I'm talking about what a book speaks to me. There are three things, and some of you have read or looked at my videos earlier when I talked about how I never really liked to read when I was growing up in elementary school. But I've come across this book that has totally challenged me, changed me, and for the most part was telling my story. And I want to share that with you, because as you're hopping on, please let me know where you're hopping on from, and just give me a wave. Want to say hello. But let me jump right into this real quickly, because when I read a book and I'm reading and it feels like that's me. It's like, how does she know that? How that sounds just like me. Have you guys ever read a book like that? You're reading and you're thinking this person is really telling your story? Yeah, me too. Drop a 1 in the comments if you know what I'm talking about. But this book that I'm talking about, I'm going to share with you in just a moment. But it challenged me in a way that made me do some work on me. The very core of my beliefs in how I was raised and what I was taught, and, challenging the inner me and not allowing the bigger me to come out, and the things that I know God has placed in me to do and to share. And then the last thing, it changed me. It truly changed me. It motivated me to do the work. And it was some work, y'all. I'm talking about some tears. I'm talking about some soul searching, some reflecting, things like that. The necessary work that I needed to do to help me grow closer on my path to my journey, to my purpose. So I want to share with you real quickly this book called Believe Bigger. And if you have read this book, just give me a thumbs up. It's called Discovering the Path to Your Life Purpose. And one thing that really helped me with this book is what Marshawn Daniels calls the purpose map. And when I tell you, I worked through this book and really, like I said, did some soul searching. And this purpose map right here, this purpose map is what the work was about. Lot of tears, lot of digging, lot of reflecting, of seeing what it is I need to do. And I'm just going to share with you real briefly, because I have notes like you wouldn't believe, y'all. But when you talk about these different zones that we go through in this purpose map, the comfort zone is where we discover who we are. That's where, can y'all see that? The comfort zone, discovering, the rules of life, what you grow up believing, what your parents teach you about what's right and what's wrong. And then you move right on into your talent zone. So you go to school to become whoever you're going to be, and you start to take on whatever role that is. And for me, that was an elementary school principal. And that's who I identify with. That's who I was. Well, then there comes this little growth zone. There's like a little shift in what you always have known and what is your purpose, your fingerprints, what they're supposed to do. You feel like there's something out there that you need to do more of. And that's called the growth zone. And let me just tell you, this part right here in the shift and the gap, lots of confusion. I'm going to read it because it's where God's intentions for us, we started to shed. We started to ask for clarity. We start to look for, what am I really supposed to be doing? Right? So That part is not always comfortable. Let me tell you, there was a huge shift, and Marshawn calls this a split rock moment in my life that I had from leaving the school system and going into my next season. That God has purposely designed me to do. Everything that happened before was leading me up to where I'm going now, which after reading this book, it makes so much more sense. And so the impact of, your gifts, your talents, everything that you have done or you've acquired or you accomplished thus far can't even touch where God is taking you. So when I think about your gifts and your talents, your DNA, what your fingerprints were made to do, your what she calls your superpowers, you start to think, well, what are those for me? So this book had me, really delving into who Jennifer is. And then, of course, the next season, or that destiny of that being influence, leadership, legacy, going where God guides me, sharing those gifts and talents to those people who need whatever I have to offer. And everybody has something to offer. Do you believe that? Absolutely. We were put on this planet to help one another. We were put on this planet. Everybody were giving a certain measure of faith. People were giving their gifts and talents. You may not do it like I can. Like, for instance, I don't know how to build a house, but there are a lot of people who have those gifts and talents to do that, right? We all were made to do something, and we're all given gifts and talents to share with this world, to leave an impact, to influence whoever we're supposed to be influencing, right? So when I talk about believe bigger, when you get to that point, at least I was, this book came at such a great time in my shift, or that gap with searching for clarity. Okay, God, I've done this for 27 plus years, and now I'm shifting into doing something else. What is that? Believe bigger. I'm telling you, it will change you. It will challenge you. You will cry if you do the work. And when I tell you it was work, I'm talking all kinds of notes and just writing through, what am I feeling? What does this mean for me? So everything that we've gone through in life, do you believe that there's a reason for it? Drop a 1 in the comments if you believe that. Because I just don't believe things happen by happenstance, or, it was going to be. I believe the power of life and death is in our tongue, and we shall have what we say. I also believe that we have not because we ask not. So when I talk about a book that is changing me, it tells my story. I related her, what she was going through in her shift or the gap is different than mine, but the emotions were the same, right? And then this book challenged me to the very core of what I even believed in my faith, to the very core of why did I believe certain things, and the truth and untruths of some of those things we were taught. It's all in the book. I'm telling you, it will challenge everything when you really want to do the work and find out what it is that I'm supposed to be doing. What is my bigger life's purpose, right? And then again, it changes me, which means I'm so motivated now I'm doing the work necessary, to reach my destiny. And the only person that can stop me from reaching my destiny is this woman in the mirror, me right here. Same thing goes for you. I believe that I can do anything that I put my mind to. I believe in the affirmations, when you say the I am statements, all of that is in this book. And I've gifted this book to a couple of my girlfriends. And let me know in the comments, have you read this book? Have you seen this book? Do you know who Marshawn Daniels is? She is a purpose-driven woman and a purpose pusher. This book is not for the lighthearted. I'm telling you, it really changed me. And I just, like I said, do the work and feel amazing. Still working on me, but let me know in the comments, is there a book that comes to mind that has impacted you in such a way that has caused you to change? It's challenged you. It's made you think about or reflect on a certain thing, I'd love to know what that book is. Drop it in the comments below, or message me, because I really would love to read some of those. And there's several other books that have really impacted my life. But this one is the most recent one that I've read that just really talk about the tears, you name it. But again, when a book speaks to me, I find myself in that book. I'm challenged to reflect and really take a good look on the inside. And then I'm also moved to change. I'm motivated to do those things necessary in order to do whatever. In this case, it was looking for my purpose, discovering the path to your life's purpose. I think there are a lot of things that we do in life that's building us up to whatever that ultimate purpose is that God has for our fingerprints. So just wanted to share that with you guys this evening. And drop in the comments. Let me know, what is a book that has totally changed you or impacted you in such a way that caused you to reflect, to change, or to even do something different, right? So again, thank y'all for hopping on. I appreciate it. Hey, Ashley. Hey, Brenda. But y'all have a great Saturday evening. And again, drop in the comments a book that has impacted your life in any shape, form, or fashion. I'd love to know. Y'all have a great Saturday.